that taste of
Oh, hey Canada. I was just about to go on a serious Netflix Halloween binge because you know what? It's Thanksgiving weekend and I have so much time to kill. Oh, what's that? You wanna join in? All right, come on. I'll show you what I'm watching.
Melki's movie picks.
All right, now Halloween is just a couple weeks away, right? And there are a million of Halloween movies out there that can scratch that itch. Some of them are bad, some of them are good, most of them are bad though. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you some of my favorites so you can spend less time searching for stuff and more time watching stuff. Let's get to it. This one. All right, first up is What We Do in the Shadows. Now this is a hilarious horror movie and it's a great way to sort of initiate people that don't normally watch horror movies into your Netflix binge for this session, all right? It's centered around 4 vampires from different parts of vampire mythology. You have the OG Nosferatu, the creepy dude with the gangly fingers. You have the Vampire Diaries type, you know, the pretty boy that sparkles in the moonlight. You have the dude from medieval times that would cut off people's heads and drink their blood. And they're roommates. They live together. Hilarity ensues. It's by director Taika Waititi. Taika? I feel like his name should just be easier to say. It's one of the funniest movies that I've personally ever seen, and it's also a great way to initiate people that don't usually like horror movies or Halloween movies to actually start watching this binge with you. Watch it. Now we're gonna segue into stuff a little bit more violent, a little bit more gory. Dawn of the Dead from 2004. This movie is a remake of an original from the 60s. It's really good because it's more of an action movie than it is just horror. A bunch of strangers get locked in a mall after a zombie outbreak. It's one of the most realistic portrayals of a zombie outbreak. It's tons of fun to watch. You have the dad from Modern Family swearing and losing his shit. You can watch it with a big group of friends, and every time somebody dies, you can make it a drinking game. Turn it into something fun, because death doesn't have to be all about sadness on Halloween. After that, we're doing another remake, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, again from the early 2000s. Now, this one is gory as fuck. It's starring Jessica Biel, and basically it's her and a bunch of friends in the 70s. They're driving out on a road trip, and they come across a house in the middle of nowhere, which I think you're gonna start to notice is a bit of a theme when it comes to horror movies. And it's lived in by a family of psychos, murderers, killers, and their son, Leatherface. Now his face isn't actually made of leather, it's made of the skin of people he's killed. It's super scary, and it relies more on actual horror than it does jump scares. I feel like a lot of horror movies these days, they want to freak you out for like 2 seconds, but it's not actually scary. You might actually poop your pants. And the ending to this movie, ew, chills. All right, so we looked at some of the more mainstream, well-known movies. I'm gonna veer off the beaten path a little bit. I wanna show you some stuff that I found to be actually insane. Bone Tomahawk is the next one that I'm gonna talk about. And this is a horror movie disguised as a Western. A lot of people just thought this was just another Western. It's not. The movie centers around 3 people that get kidnapped by cannibal savages. Kurt Russell plays the sheriff, and him and a couple of people from town go out into the desert, try to rescue them. And I'm telling you right now, as soon as they get halfway through the movie and it starts centering around the cave that they get caught in, It's some of the most graphically disturbing things I've ever seen, and one of the best horror movies I've ever seen. Because again, you're going into this thinking, oh, there's no monsters, there's no demons here. Guess what? People are fucking terrifying sometimes. Bone Tomahawk, super good. Check it out. Okay, now that you've let me get into the weird stuff, I'm gonna get even weirder. There's a movie that came out, I think it was about a year ago, 2 years ago, called The Witch. The movie is about a family living in the 1800s or the 1600s, pagan times. The town believes that this family has been cursed by a witch, and so they're banished from town. What do? They build a house, once again, in the middle of nowhere. Okay? Maybe stay away from houses in the middle of nowhere. There isn't really a horror element to this other than paranoia. This movie is all about building on people's fears. And trust me, by the end of the movie, you're gonna be tripping balls. All right, so we did weird. Let's go back to more relatable, right? Green Room is the next one, and this one is incredible because it feels like it could actually happen to you or to anybody in the world. So a punk rock band goes out to perform at a bar in the middle of nowhere. Maybe stay away from places in the middle of nowhere. Have we established that? All right, good. Basically, as they're playing their set, they find out that the bar they're playing at is a neo-Nazi bar. And then they see something they shouldn't have. And that's when shit gets weird, gets cranked up, gets creepy. And there's one scene in particular that I and a lot of people on the internet could not believe happened. It was totally unexpected, and I don't want to say more than that because it's a twist that you just kind of freak out about. The last movie I'm going to recommend for you on this Halloween Netflix horror binge is Don't Breathe. Now, when I first saw the trailer for this movie, I'm like, this is the stupidest premise in the world. This is about 3 teens that break into a house because they hear that the guy that lives there is rich and blind. That he's not going to be able to see them steal his money. He's too busy being blind. Well, guess what? He's also a psycho, a sociopath, and he's just trying to defend his right to live. The kids quickly realize this was a terrible idea. They shouldn't have done this. The money's not worth it. They're trying to escape, and this guy is hunting them down systematically using his blind daredevil senses. He's hyper tuned into every little sound, and the sound design is amazing, and every sound matters. It's excellent, and there's twist after twist after twist at the end. You think it's over. There's another twist. It doesn't stop. It's almost exhausting, but trust me, it's worth it. And those are my top recommendations for what to watch during Halloween season, the month of October on Netflix. But you know what? I want to hear from you guys. I want to know, did I miss a horror movie that's super scary that you love? I'm going to ask you right now. Hey, Canada, what horror movie do you love to watch more than anything else? Whether it's on Netflix or what have it. I want to know your scariest favorite movie. Here we go. All right. Oh, shit. I am so late for work. All right, we gotta go. Oh, we gotta go. You gotta get the sign out here. There we go. And I almost forgot you guys. Do you have a song that you sing when you go into work? I do. It's not weird. Lots of people have songs for stuff. Did it work? Yes, there we go. Not bad. All right. Now I hope you enjoyed those movies, but there's one that I forgot to show you, and I didn't really forget. I just didn't want to show it to you because I hate clowns. But apparently, the scariest clown movie of all time has made its way to Netflix. So can we show the poster real quick? This is what people want to see. I guess getting scared is a fun thing. I fully agree, but when it comes to clowns, I feel like we're jumping up a few notches that shouldn't really be jumped on. I've never been able to fully watch this movie. I've watched it, barely. I made it through the whole movie, But I can't. I've watched maybe 3 minutes of this movie. I had to switch it off. Can we show? I'm going to show you the clip that I've been able to watch. This is Terrifier. This is on Netflix right now.
Aww.
What are you doing? Thanks.
There we go. And now you and I have both seen the same amount from that movie that I can't watch it. But it's about a clown that just likes killing people on a Halloween, which you gotta appreciate the simplicity in it. But that makes it even scarier because he can't bargain with somebody like that. He does it because he likes it. Also because he's a clown, and you know what? If you're a clown, I'm sorry, but no, you're not allowed. Do you guys like that? We had like a little fun little thing here. It's a long weekend. You know, Thanksgiving weekend is coming up. We figured we'd have some fun, and I think you're worth it, Canada. I think you're worth it. We have a great show for you today. A couple of crazy things, like that clown that we just talked about in a couple of those movies. I feel like maybe we need a palate cleanser. What do you say? You just to, because it is a long weekend, let's kind of get away from the nasty that we just saw. How about puppies? You want to talk about puppies? Who doesn't love puppies? Can we get a picture of puppies up here, please? All right. What if I told you that I found the best job in the world? And I'm going to be honest with you right up front. I'm going to be up front here. It's not technically a job because you don't really get paid, but you get to be a puppy babysitter, or as they call it, a puppy raiser. What? The cutest thing I've ever heard. So the National Service Dog is an organization that what they do is they breed and they train dogs for people with autism. That's how they started back in 1996. They've expanded to people with PTSD, anybody that essentially needs a therapy dog. And oh my God, this isn't just the cutest thing you've ever seen. Now, let's pull up another one. Oh my God, let me tell you what service dogs do, because I feel like, again, I had a general idea, but I dove into it just to fully understand. If somebody needs medication or a phone, they'll go get it. They know how to do that. Oh my God, I'm gonna cry. That's how cute these things are. If you have a panic attack, they can sense you're about to have a panic attack before it actually goes down, and they can comfort you. If you have behaviors that are like self-harm behaviors, that you'll hit yourself or whatever, scratch yourself, it'll try to prevent you from doing that. Essentially, it's there just to keep you from or it wants you to be the best version of you that it can be. And sometimes you just need to hug it. For the people that are using service dogs. And oh my God.
So cute.
That's the cutest thing. This is the polar opposite. Take note, clowns. This is how you cute. All right? No one wants to see you at a birthday party. They want puppies at a birthday party. The way this works is that it's not paid, so it's volunteer based, and they need you to take these puppies, to love them, to cuddle them, to feed them and clean them. But you also got to train them. You got to teach them how to do the things that they're going to need to do for the people once they're taken and servicing. Now, the one catch, as I said, other than not being paid, is that they're only in Cambridge, Ontario. But I feel like it's worth the drive out there because look at these puppies. They're cute and adorable. They're soft. They'll love you. They want you to take them from 8 weeks old all the way till a year and a half old. So you have them for a while and they'll love you. You know what? Clowns will never love you. Puppies will love you. You could dress them up in little ghost costumes or little pumpkin costumes, never in a clown costume. Oh,
I want one.
I want one. I can't do this. I didn't expect this today. The clowns I expected. The dogs, the puppies. Do we have any more or is that all of them?
That's all.
That's all of them. All right. Can we go back to the first one real quick? Not to play favorites, but
He's the cutest.
oh man, all right, it's the tongue. The tongue gets me.
Yeah.
It's the tongue. All right, let's move on to a segment that I like to call
What the Weather?
That's right. What the weather? Oh my God! What is the blue? What is the red? What does it mean? Pull me back. Canada, the weather is back with a vengeance. We thought we were past weather in Canada. We're not. It's back. It wants some more. It liked its time here in the Maritimes. It liked what we did with Vancouver. And it's like, hey, I'm going to stick around a little bit longer. What's going down here is we have a weird weather pattern. That's what the Weather Network is calling it. And if you look at that map, it's super weird. So basically what's happening is there's going to be a huge divide. The whole country is going to split in half. and the western side is going to be winter, and the eastern side is going to be summer. How hot, how cold? Let me tell you. We're talking about Montreal, Toronto, and Windsor, that area. It's going to be about 35 degrees. That's with humidity. And Calgary, Winnipeg, Regina, it's going to be almost 10 degrees below zero. So literally snowstorms that could freeze your face off on one half, and literally a heat warning. What do they call it? It's extremely rare. Extreme heat warnings in October, which I feel like we have these little pockets, but to have such a separation from one side to the other, the Weather Network says this is extremely rare, that it's not something that happens. I think it's only happened once in the last 5 years, they were saying. And watch out for tornadoes. So you see right there in the middle where you have the giant, oh my God, that's terrifying to see. You have the blue side, you have the red side, right? Hot and cold. When they meet up, that's how tornadoes are born. The heat and the cold, they make a baby, and the baby is a tornado. And hopefully, it's not too crazy, because we've had our fair share of tornadoes, as you already know. So brace yourselves, find those you love, and just try to go to the yellow part, or maybe the light orange. I feel like we should base this more on the color scheme than actually, or the gray area looks pretty good, or is that just great for tornadoes? You know what? I'm not a meteorologist, but clearly this sign, we should go up north.
I think gray is normal.
Is that America? That's America. Why am I?
Yeah.
That's America. But you can use fill in the blanks. The human brain is an amazing thing. Clearly, I totally thought this. But there you go, Canada. But yeah, there you go. So no, that's also America. But the point is,
what the weather?
We're dealing with a lot in terms of our map. What the weather? Maps. What are you gonna do? Do you like drinking milk? Because I do. My name is Alex Melki. I got teased senselessly about it in high school. But if you like drinking milk, well, this next story is going to be super, super interesting in your life, because I don't know if you knew this, but farmers in Canada aren't allowed to use hormones on their cows. And what I say by hormones on their cows is in order to increase milk production. That's what they're trying to do, right? They're trying to maximize the amount of milk that they can get out of these cows. In America, it's cool. They have this hormone known as RBST. And what this does is when injected, it increases the amount of milk that these cows produce by 16%. They're pumping out milk. They're just shooting it out. They're making tons more money, but there is a downside. So a big one that, it's mean to say, but I feel like a lot of people just don't care about the cows. The cows are getting... they're infertile after something like this. It messes up with their limbs. They can't walk straight. They're walking all wobbly and they're falling over. It's sad to see. And it causes breast inflammation. Now, as it stands, this is part of a new trade agreement that went on between Canada, the US, and Mexico. The US is allowed to ship in tons of dairy, and with it, obviously, tons of chemically altered milk. Right? Scientists are saying, as it stands right now, based on the information that we have, it's not harmful to humans, but we just don't know enough. We can't project that 10 years from now, there's not going to be weird deformities or cancer or whatever that's going to be produced. Can we say that right now with certainty that it's 100% clean? No, absolutely not. Now, aside from the fact that it makes them super sick, it's banned in Europe, it's banned in Australia, it's banned in New Zealand, it's banned in Japan and Canada, and yet it's still making its way in. So a couple of questions that need to be answered here is, one, if it's banned, why the hell is it coming in anyways? That's kind of stupid. That defeats the whole purpose of banning it in the first place. And what do you do? How do you avoid something like this? How do you prevent getting this kind of milk injected in your body when you're consuming it? It's a pain in the ass, but next time you do your groceries, pick up the bottle, pick up the box or the container or the bag. I know in Canada we have bags of milk, and check to see where it comes from, because they don't always put hormone-free or anything like that on their boxes or bags, or from American milk. So take that extra step. It's gonna be a pain in the ass that first time you do it, but then you'll know what brands to buy. If you have a specific brand that you recommend to avoid something like this happening, let me know in the comments. And I think there was another thing. Yeah, do you think that this is okay, that the government should just be chill about something like this happening, or do you think they should be taking it a little bit more seriously? Like, again, scientists aren't fully okay with the fact that this is being done. They don't know the full extent of what these chemicals or these hormones can do. So take it with a grain of salt, but it's not looking super, super great for just banning things that aren't good for Canadians. 4 countries have banned it, and so far it looks like it's still coming in. And that's our show for today. I hope you enjoyed it.
Hey,
now
man.
listen.
I'm just wondering, what are you doing this weekend? It's
Ooh.
Thanksgiving weekend.
What am I doing this weekend?
Yeah.
Man, it's a good weekend. I'm gonna be. I don't know if I can say this on air. I don't know if I can say what I'm doing on air. But I'm gonna be spending time with family, and I'm also going to be spending time with friends. And I want to know what you guys are doing. Let me know in the comments what you're doing for Thanksgiving. Is there anything? I feel like Thanksgiving is one of those holidays, like Christmas, where you just kind of do it and you kind of go with tradition, but I feel like maybe there's something I could be doing more. Like, is there a festival that I should be checking out? Or is there a way to do it that sets it up an extra step? How do I make Thanksgiving the best Thanksgiving ever? Besides turkey and eating tons of food and passing out and waking up doing it again for like 3 days straight. Spider-Man. Let me know. That's right, I'm going to play Spider-Man on the PS4. That's what I'm going to do. And eat tons of turkey. Don't forget to like us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, and do all the things. Call up your best friend. Tell them to watch the show. If you know what, if you're having a disagreement with a family member because of politics or religion or whatever during the Thanksgiving weekend, pop up one of my episodes because I'm there for you. I'm always there for you, Canada. You know why? Because I love you. Have a great weekend. Take it easy. Woo!
Did you turn up the camera for me, man?
Yeah, let's do that.